What's going on, guys? Another day in paradise. Wanted to hop up on here, provide some commentary for you guys. Been a few days, super late or super early, depending on where you're at. But yeah, Trump checks Charlatan Da Fraud. I'm not sure if you guys have seen this, have been made aware of this, but there was recent news of Donald Trump over on his Truth Social platform where so for just let me just start it off. Charlatan the fraud. I'm going to get into it more because the question I'm asking basically for this whole stream is why do the elites give Charlemagne the god, that's his name, right? A platform. Why do the elites give Charlatan the fraud a platform? Why? Why? That's the question I'm asking. So he was on a broadcast recently um, with Lara Trump. Her name is. I think she was like a relative or she was married to one of Trump's sons, if I'm not mistaken. The background there with the whole Trump name, but yeah, he was on a recent basically broadcast. I'm not going to play the broadcast here. You guys can go check it out. I'm going to get into some other stuff here surrounding Charlatan and why he's being propped up by the corporate media machine. But he was on a recent broadcast and with this Lara Trump individual, and he was talking crap about Donald Trump, basically saying, "Oh, Kamala would have been a better candidate. Trump is not. Charlatan the fraud is a Democratic shill. Basically, that's it. The interesting thing about Trump is he's very sensitive. Like he will always give credence to non-factors and kind of minimal characters in the scheme of things. This is the most powerful man in the world for all intents and purposes, leading the free world, the new world, United States, commander in chief. But like some idiot court gesture like Charlatan the fraud, he'll jump on a podcast, and that it kind of basically symbolizes that Trump doesn't really control shit. He's basically an Israeli asset. Okay, so there's other powerful forces behind the scenes, and it's always been that way for the past, 2 centuries. Especially since Woodrow Wilson was president. We can get into the little conspiracies there with all that with Woodrow Wilson. But like the presidential office, these presidents like for the past 100 years, past century, like there's other forces behind the scenes that control these men. So you look at a guy like Trump, you're a commander in chief. How is it that you have the time to focus on some knucklehead, bald-headed court gesture? I'm bald too. It's just for clarification. It doesn't, but like this thing is, I'm on camera. I don't care. Like the people who talk the most ish about me, they're not on camera. Like they're just weak or they're gay or whatever. I don't know. But I'm on camera, so I don't care. I can laugh at myself. But Charlatan the fraud. What I'm saying is, they got a guy like Donald Trump. He takes a time out of his day to talk about Charlatan the fraud. We're like, why? With a guy like me, it makes sense. Like I'm not special, right? I'm just up here, just having fun, What is it, Wednesday or Thursday, wherever, depending on where you're at. But Donald Trump, this is like the president of the United States. You're going to talk about Charlatan the fraud? Interesting. Now, I have my issues with Charlatan the fraud, and we're going to get into that. Trust me, we're going to get really into that. The question I'm asking here is why do the elites, the corporate elites, the established order, why do they give the Bantu court gesture, Charlatan the fraud, a platform? Why do they give him a voice? Why? That is the question I'm asking. It's surprising that Trump is even entertaining this court gesture guy, but he's very fickle and sensitive. We can get into that in some other time. Okay. Let's check this out. This is a tweet or whatever on Truth Social that he made here. Donald Trump, the president of the United States. Okay. He puts here the very wonderful and talented Lara Trump, whose show is a big rating success, but racist sleazebag Charlemagne the God, and he puts in parentheses, quotation marks, the God. That's why I call him the fraud, right? Shout out to Trump. I appreciate Trump for this. Okay. And then he puts in parentheses, why is he allowed to use the word quote unquote God when describing himself? Question mark. Can anyone imagine the uproar there would be if I use that nickname? Okay. I appreciate Trump. I'm talking about this right now because he called that Bantu court gesture charlatan a racist, which he is. We're going to get more into that because I'm going to segue into this and how it relates to us, mulattoes, and other light skinned men. Charlemagne, Charlatan Da Fraud is a racist. He is a Bantu supremacist, pro dark skin, racist, anti mulatto. And I'm so glad that a guy like Donald Trump acknowledges that. You got to start calling out these Black American, dark skinned Bantu racists for what they are. They are racist. And when you have the president of the United States explicitly sounding the alarm and saying that, this is a very good signal. It's on all of you, my audience, more people, the people listening, everybody else. You got to call out these racist black supremacists what they are. They are racist because they want to be victims at the same time. They want to be special little victims and be coddled. The Anglos have coddled them long enough. This is why we're in the mess we're in right now. Okay. But when you have guys like Donald Trump, who's calling a spade, calling him what he is, he's a racist. Charlemagne the God, Charlatan the Fraud, the Breakfast Club, whatever, Democratic shill. He is a hardcore, solid, anti biracial man, racist. Okay. I will live and die on that hill. This is a racist black supremacist. We're going to get more into that. We got the receipts for it. Okay. And I appreciate Donald Trump for calling this out, calling a spade a spade. Why is it that they're so comfortable? Because they cry about everyone else being racist, but yet they're the biggest racist. Charlemagne the God is a hardcore dark skinned supremacist, anti light skinned man, racist. Let's finish this tweet here. And then Trump puts right here, he's a low IQ individual. He is low IQ. He's a entertainer, and the rappers punk him. It's funny because that right there, his words right here, Trump, trust and believe. The pro wax and Afrocentrics, they're gonna twist it and say, well, Donald Trump made a racist comment because he calls all black people low IQ. Really? He calls a lot of you low IQ, and let's be frank, a lot of you are. Okay. Just like a lot, like especially over on X, most of these MAGAs, pretty much most all of them, I call they're all low IQ. If you go to my X, that's all I do is clown MAGA. I clown the white boy incels, the white nationalist incels. I clown MAGA, and I clown Kendrick fans. That's basically my whole X account. That's what I'm doing over there, having fun with that. And but Charlemagne the Fraud is low IQ. He's not an academic. He's not a scholar, not astute. He wrote some stupid book, Black Privilege. I mean, I would love to see the sales on that because he can kind of promote his, he has the exposure for his little media, like his position there on the morning talk show, the Breakfast Clubs. But it's a low IQ crowd who watches that shit, right? It's the dumbass idiots, McDonald's workers. They want to learn about the hip hop drama. They tune into the Breakfast Club. So he has that crowd, right? Yeah. So he is low IQ. I agree with Trump here. He puts here has no idea what words are coming out of his mouth and knows nothing about me or what I have done, like just ending 5 wars, including a 31-year bloodbath between Republic of the Congo and Rwanda, where 7 million people have deceased, and there was no end in sight. He didn't know that. Or India and Pakistan, or wiping out Iran's nuclear capabilities, or closing the horrendous open border, or creating the greatest economy where prices and inflation have come way down. you know, he doesn't cite the sources or to even express that. Whatever. Let's continue. And where stupid and corrupt Joe Biden, you beat the guy already. That's the funny thing. Like you keep harping on this Joe Biden, stupid and corrupt. Like you already beat the guy. The guy's done. He's senile and old. You guys are around the same age, You already beat Joe Biden. Okay. And you beat Kamala, whatever. You're the dude now. You got the Oval Office. Like, I don't know why you keep bringing up Obama. You're trying to bring up Obama to hide the fact of the Epstein thing. It's not gonna go away. And it's not just the liberals or the Democrats, whatever. It's your own base. The Epstein shit is not gonna go away. You can throw Obama under the bus all you want. It's not gonna go away. People want to know who's on that list. They want to see the files. They want you, so you can blame Obama and all the scapegoating and blame the mulatto man. Look, it's not going to go away. So, but it's kind of funny how he puts here Joe Biden. Who gives a shit about Joe Biden? He's a vegetable. It's clearly dementia, Alzheimer's. Like come on, man. Come on. you know, it's too easy. You're the guy. You got 3.5 more years of your term. You're the guy right here. You're talking about a guy you already beat, Joe Biden. You're controlled. We already know it. You're in the back pocket of the Zionists in Israel. Your base already knows it. The MAGA base. You just have dumb fucktards like Cat Turd and the rest of the idiots. Charlie Kirk, Laura Loomer, the rest of these idiots, and Fox propagandists over there. You guys are in the back pocket of the Zionists and over in Israel. Your base knows that. This is why you have guys, a young kid, younger than me, like a guy like Nick Fuentes, who's like in his 20s, who's literally like the spearhead of the right movement. Currently, he has an entire audience, a whole army. They call them Groypers. His audience, his army, Groypers. They're literally the voice of the right in the United States at the moment. Tucker Carlson, Candace Owens, these dummy fucktards, they already know it. That's why they're going back and forth. You guys have been called out. You guys are in the back pocket supporting these wars over there in Gaza, and the public is not having it. The public that doesn't serve, it's not an American agenda. Okay? To support what's going on with the Palestinians and Israel over there. That's not an American agenda. In your base, they want answers. They're looking for answers. So they go to guys like Nick Fuentes, and he's literally laying out the foundation, telling them what's going on. You guys can't stop it. Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk and all these other fucktards, Sean Hannity, the other Roman Catholic, Laura Ingraham, none of these people are providing any solid solutions. Laura Loomer, the rest of the idiots. Okay, on the right. Yeah. Everybody it can see exactly what it is. Okay. Let me continue on because this is an important discussion here. Yeah, closing the horrendous border, which that most of your support is because of that, because your immigration policy, the border, and all that. But you talk about like stupid and corrupt Joe Biden. You beat the guy. You beat Joe Biden. Move on. Okay, help out these Americans who want help, who need help. You're talking about a guy who already beat Joe Biden. That's done. We already get it. Okay, set the record for doing the worst job as president. We get it. He was a shitty president. And you're on your way to being even shittier than him. Sadly, I mean, you're a reality TV star, apprentice host, okay, controlled by Israel. Very pathetic. I mean, I don't understand why you're talking crap. But this dupe, yeah, Charlamagne, yeah, would vote for Sleepy Joe or Kamala. Yeah, he's an idiot. I mean, Charlamagne is a Democratic shill. He would vote for a carrot laying on a couch, if the Democrats told him to. And that's his job. He is a racist court gesture Bantu working for the Democrats. Okay. And for the Democrats, they're perfectly okay with this anti-biracial man hate, this anti-light skinned man hate. That's why, like, if I see these light skin or biracial guys who are Democrats, they got to be gay at this point. They got to be gay. Like most of my supporters, and they're mulatto men. They're on the right. They're light skinned men. They're on the right. Yeah, because the left, the Democrats, like I say, they give this shit a pass. Like Charlamagne the Fraud, who's a racist, colorist, black supremacist, they think that's perfectly okay, right? Yeah. So the light skinned guys that you're gonna see that are like, if they're on the left, like they gotta be gay. There's no ifs, ands, or buts because that's their agenda. They're anti straight mulatto man. They're anti light skinned man. Okay, they're pro dark skinned male like a Charlemagne. They put him up at the forefront. And that's the question I ask. Why do the elites give Charlemagne a platform? Why? What's so special about him? Why did they give him a platform? He's clearly a Bantu court gesture, but they give him a platform. Okay. And he puts right here, yeah, he'll vote for Sleepy Joe or Kamala. Remember, 1 year ago, our country, whatever, is now the hottest country anywhere. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm here talking to you right now from the belly of the beast. So, no disagreements on my part with that. But yeah, Trump has still got to show some results. I mean, everyone pretty much is already highlighted. You're controlled by the Zionists, and it's a really horrible look. It's really bad. It's not looking good. Don't know what to tell you. Let me share right here because this is your guy. Charlatan Da Fraud, everyone's favorite Bantu court gesture, right? And I asked a question like, how the hell did this guy get a platform? Who's platforming this guy? Okay.
Don't know me. No, I don't. That's why I want to get to know you today.
This interview took place. It's on the Breakfast Club, his own show. What's the date? Washington Post, 5 years ago, before Biden took office. If you guys recall this interview, okay, he had this little interview. This is what during the whole C-19 kind of pandemic situation. So he had this whole webcam interview with Joe Biden. Look at this like Cheshire cat kind of grin. Before his mental faculties kind of all fell apart, Joe Biden. And this guy, like, who put him in a position to interview the running candidate for the president of the United States? That is it's a powerful position. Remember, Charlemagne the Fraud is an anti-light-skinned man. He's a proud pro-colorist, pro-dark-skinned male, anti-light-skinned male. We're going to get into that. I'm going to share the receipts. Okay, he's a biracial man hater. He's a light-skinned man hater. And I'm doing this stream right now because I'm asking myself, why do the elites put him in this position to give him the camera, put him in his chair to interview the 46th president of the United States? How did this happen? How is this racist black supremacist put in this position? Because the Anglos, they coddle and they uplift these Bantu supremacists to attack the rest of us mulatto men. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We're going to dig into all your asses coming into the future. You can shut this shit down. I'll be somewhere else, blabbing my mouth. We're going to grow. As we already stated, you look at a guy like Nick Fuentes. They kicked him off Meta, YouTube, all the platforms, but yet he's still the biggest personality on the right. You can't stop free speech. Not in this country. You can't. There's a hunger for this type of information. Okay. And I'm not trying to compare myself to Nick Fuentes. I'm not a fan, not subscribed. I don't watch his Rumble and all that. I see some little clips here and there on X, whatever. But I'm just saying that, like, this whole canceling thing, because you don't agree with what someone's saying, you're going to try to cancel them. It's not that effective because people are still going to seek out the truth. And they've done that with like this Nick Fuentes guy. They tried to cancel the guy, but yet he's the biggest personality on the right. He's laughing at Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, these other well propped up media personalities, he's like basically clowning them. And he's younger than them. That's sad. So I'm asking a question. Who the hell put this guy, charlatan, this court gesture, in this position of power? When clearly, for those of us light-skinned men, biracial men, we're proud of who we are. We like who we are. You gotta start checking these Bantu savages. Who's putting money in their pockets? Who's platforming these animals? Okay. Who are their corporate sponsors? Which companies are endorsing these savages who are racist and anti-mulatto man? You guys have to start looking into this. Because we can talk every damn day about biracial ain't black. We're different. We're biracial. We're not black. That's all good. I do that every day too. But you have to start looking into these savages and who's financing them, who's supporting them, who's propping them up. They're giving them a microphone and they're putting a target on our back. The Charlamagne the God guy, he is a anti-light skin, anti-biracial man, black racist. But yet, look at him here interviewing the former president of the United States. How is that possible? If you had some like KKK guy, some white supremacist, like everybody would be in an uproar. But yet you have the reverse. You have this racist black supremacist who likes light-skinned women. He hates light-skinned men. But they put him here and it's like, we're supposed to sit here and co-sign. It's because you light-skinned men, you guys are bitches. You guys are fucking punks. You biracial, you light-skinned men, you're bitches. You feel sorry for the Bantu. You don't want the Bantu to call you a racist. So in return, you're a bitch. You acquiesce. You don't call it out. So I got to bring my ass up here late at night and call this shit out. I got to be the bad guy. I love it. I'll take all the glory. Because none of you hoes have the fucking balls to do it. I'll be the one that does it. The Charlatan Da Fraud is a racist, anti-light skin, anti-biracial, but yet they platform him to shit on all of you and to kiss his mass's ass. Listen to this guy. He was interviewing the former president, Joe Biden. Joe Biden told his black ass, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. And this bitch didn't say shit. Of course not. He's a fucking Bantu. He knows his place when his white massa tells him the rules. Listen to this.
I want to talk to you about mostly black stuff.
I get overwhelming support from the black leadership, young and old. Every poll shows me way ahead.
And black people saved your political life in the prime.
Everything is black, this, black, black, right? Like, who appointed him to be a black representative? Did the NAACP appoint him? Did the Nation of Islam appoint him? Did the pro-blacks? The Afrocentrics and pro-blacks, they didn't appoint this guy. He's not a part of the Afrocentric. He's not an academic. Because the whole Afrocentric, pro-black, Pan-African crowd, they're part of the whole academic kind of network. He's not a part of that. He's an entertainment Negro. Like, who appointed him to speak on black issues? That's the thing, He's a fucking Democratic shill. Okay. My whole thing here is I'm questioning. They gave him a platform. They gave him a position. As mulatto men, we got to check these savages because they are putting a target on our back and they're normalizing mulatto hate. They're normalizing hate towards mulatto men. That's what this whole Drake shit is all about. You look at some of these idiots, like this guy right here. He doesn't like Drake, right? Charlatan. They're normalizing and making it pop culture to hate on mulatto men. You guys got to grow some balls. Shout out to this cat, Pariah Disciple. I see this cat, and I just shared his video he recently uploaded. This guy has got heat. This guy is motivated, and I can hear in his voice the passion, the anger, the frustration. He's coming to realization. The fact is, guys, you guys got to call this shit out. You guys cannot wait any longer and be little bitches. You be little hoes. They gonna call me racist. I'm gonna lose my little 40 K a year job working for the dark skin. You're working for whites, but your colleagues or whatever, probably, Bantus, whatever. Like, you guys are punks. This has been persistent for this long because you guys don't call this shit out. We got to nip this shit in the bud right now. They're way too comfortable. I'm going to share a clip, a couple segments I saw, like the Angry Man. I shared it on my community wall with Angry Man. And he talks about some other gender crap, gender war crap, and I'm not interested in it. But sometimes he kind of segues into like light skin stuff, politics, whatever. And I appreciate the fact that he's doing that. He's using his platform. He has over 800,000 subscribers. He's going to talk about this stuff because not enough people talk about it, man. This shit has been going on too long. Like, they're pro light skinned female, but they're anti light skinned men. You got to check these fucking savages. They're getting way too comfortable out here. I don't know what's going on. Like, and they cry and complain and talk about, well, in the 1980s, whatever, before I was born, they're talking about how, oh, well, light-skinned dudes were in. Light-skinned dudes had all the swag. Now it's our turn. It ain't your turn, Negro. We're going to remind your bitch ass of that. It's not your fucking turn. Just because these pussy-ass light-skinned bitches over here, they're quiet as church mice. Fuck them. They ain't running shit. They're not going to use their little channel. They're not going to do nothing. They're going to be little punks and queers bowing down to Bantus. They don't run shit. Not with the mulatto men. Not with the biracial men. They can do their little light-skinned gay shit, sucking off Bantus. They're not mulatto or biracial men. They're not going to check your Bantu ass over here digitally and otherwise. Okay? These people are way too comfortable talking shit about mulatto men and biracial men. I don't like it one bit. That's why I'm up here. Let's finish this off. Look at this dude, this Anglo guy. Who was he trained at? Knights of Columbus, right? Scranton University, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Joe Biden, right? Right? Good old boy, little Dixiecrat, checking this court gesture of Bantu, telling them, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Yeah, you're going to get your orders from your massa, boy. Yeah, I'm just sitting here surprised. These light skins, man, they feel so connected to the Bantu who hates them. They prop up the women and throw you under the bus. And you think that's normal. You have to correct this shit now. Right now, not next year, 10 years from now, not kumbaya and gonna go pray, whatever. You got to check their black ass right now. They're way too uppity. They're way too comfortable slandering mulatto men. You have to correct this now, right now. And if you're too much of a bitch and a pussy to do so, that's cool. I'm going to do it for you.
Primaries this year, they have things they want from you, and one of them is a black woman running mate. What do you say to them?
What I say to them is
a black woman running mate. So he's running mate, excuse me. So he's gonna one drop rule Kamala Harris, right? They'll say she's Indian because she's married to a white man. In one instance, then they'll turn around and say, well, she's a black woman. I guess she's the best you guys got. Nobody's gonna put a dark-skinned black female as president or vice president. And that's really why they hate you guys. Haven't you figured it out? Like, they don't want your black ass to be in that office. The best they could give you was Obama, who had a white mom. Okay. That's the best they could give you. And they did it. They suffered enough for 8 years and they had enough. That's why they put Trump there. Like, I don't know. They think they're going to get like some dark skin, like black female in that office or political power. You guys are the minority of the country. It's not going to happen. Like, this white acceptance that these Bantus, dark-skinned Bantus are begging for, like, and they want to use you mulattoes to get this white acceptance. Like, it's not going to happen. Okay.
That I'm not acknowledging anybody who is being considered, but I guarantee you there are multiple black women being considered. We've seen it more clearly now. In a black majority county, they're 6 times more likely to die in a pandemic than a white county. They're disproportionately uninsured in the African American community, disproportionately make up the essential jobs that they can't do at home. They're risking their lives every day. Enough's enough.
What's something that you always carry with you?
Hot sauce.
Really?
You
Yeah.
Really?
Are
Yeah.
you getting information right now?
I saw it.
Yeah, this is the extent of their political discussion. Oh, I didn't. Okay, whatever. Let me just move on, anyways, guys. I think I hurt enough feelings. Some people tapped out and tuned out, which is good. It's a good sign. I'm hitting a nerve. That's the whole point why I'm up here. I'm not going to sit up here and hold your hand and let you think that the light skin, the mulatto male hate is acceptable. I laugh. Like, I've been doing this social media shit for 3 years. I laugh. I'm like, how is it that you've gotten to this point where you got guys like Charlamagne Da Fraud who's interviewing the president of the United States, and the current president is commenting on him? How is this guy legitimized when he's anti-biracial man? He's anti-mulatto man. How the fuck is this guy legitimized? He's a fucking racist. We're going to get into it right now. Oh no, mulatto vanguard, you're the racist. You see how they always scapegoat the mulatto man, the biracial man, you see? But they always let the dark-skinned Bantu slide. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that they always feel sorry for the dark-skinned Bantu, but you light-skinned mulatto men, oh, they're going to try to humble you and G-check you. Interesting. My whole thing here is, why do you guys support it? Why do the light-skinned men, they don't use their social media? I don't give a shit about your little subscribers, bro. I started this shit. I had no fucking subscribers. There's no excuse. Like, you got 10 subscribers. Tag me in your video. I want to see you, and then I'll share your shit. I want to see if you got some balls. Okay. You're about your business. I'm going to promote your channel. I see you. I'm going to share you. But if I see you're a little bitch, you apologize for racist Bantus who hate mulatto men, bro, you don't. To me, you don't exist. Okay, but if you call this shit out, I want to support you guys. I want to promote you. It doesn't matter your subscriber count. That doesn't mean nothing. It's the engagement. It's how many people are connected to the message, how many people put comments, how many people are engaged. The engagement's everything. The subscriber means nothing. The views don't even mean nothing. Like, if you have a ton of views, but no one's commenting, what the hell? Like, when people comment, men and women, when people are engaged in a conversation, that's it. You got it on lock. What are you going to do about it? Okay. Over here in this operation here, the mulattoes have the voice. If you're light-skinned black and you identify with Bantus, I cannot help you. But if you are light-skinned black and you identify with mulattoes, welcome to the club. Okay. Look at this guy right here, this Charlatan Da Fraud. Look at this fool right here. Publicly saying that, even the channel, the title of the video says Charlamagne the Fraud, the God, the fraud, whatever, on light-skinned men and women. Yeah.
Doing stuff I enjoy.
He's sitting in front of this Andrew Schultz guy, and he's going to publicly tell this Andrew Schultz guy, another, right-wing shill, he's going to tell him that he never roots for light-skinned men. I'm like, is that not the most racist shit you've ever seen? Where are the light-skinned men calling this out? Like, they pussyfoot around this. They don't want to call these Bantus racist. They don't want to go that far. That's the interesting thing about these people. They never want to go that far. They don't want to call the racist Bantu what he is, which is a racist. No. They're like, that's too extreme. No. They'll talk about the deviancy or the crookedness or the scamming nature of the savage. They'll do that, but they'll never call them what they are, which are racist. They are anti-biracial man, racist. The president of the United States, Donald Trump, called this savage a racist. And I applaud that man, Donald Trump. That is a W. He has my endorsement and support in this instance for that. Although I'm not a fan of Trump, I didn't vote for him because he's a shill. He serves as Zionist. I'm not a fan of that. But in this instance, with this character, Charlamagne, who's been given a microphone, given a voice for years, interviewing presidents and disrespecting the manhood of mulatto men, you guys got to call this fool out. Who's giving? They giving this guy a microphone? Giving it, this guy's pro Kendrick. He's pro dark skin. Anti light skinned man, anti mulatto man, and he'll sit here in front of a white guy publicly saying he's never gonna support and rock with you light skinned guys. You guys are some bitches, man. That's why I'm straight up like the mulattoes, biracial men. We're not the same as light skinned men. Okay. Okay. Take it how you want it. Come holler at your boy. Come check me and challenge me on this shit. I don't identify with racist Bantus who are against mulatto men. If you do, that's on you. That's on you. Be a little hoe over there. Don't come over here with this weak shit. And don't bring your little hippopotamus, light skin, knuckleheads over here either. I'm not going to mention any names, but because I see they follow your shit and they come over here like, bro, this is the wrong spot, homie. This is a mulatto spot. Okay. We don't serve Bantus over here. You're in the wrong spot. Okay. Okay, I'm the racist. Okay, that's cool. I'm happy with that. Donald Trump's a racist. Okay, cool. He's the president. He's got the most power. What the fuck are you savages gonna do about it? But when they see a straight up racist, like you see on the screen, Charlamagne Da Fraud, who tells this white guy he never roots for light-skinned men, and all of you bitches are quiet. You light-skinned African American, you an MGM, you light-skinned, oh, we mixed, we all you mixed. But you're a bitch when this racist fucking Bantu hates on biracial men. You're a bitch. You say nothing. You have nothing to say about it. But when I hop up on here and I say something about it, I'm the bad guy. You don't like my tone delivery. I don't give a fuck, bitch. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. You can subscribe, you can support. You don't want to do that. You want to sit on the sidelines and hate, which is all good. You're going to watch me anyways, ho. You're not going to get this content anywhere else. You're going to sit there and watch. You're going to hate watch. You're going to screen record. You're going to promote my shit because we're only getting started, you fucking ho. You wait into the next 5-10 years when I really expand this operation globally. You just wait. This is a part-time endeavor. The whole point right here is you never call out these racists, this Bantu like Charlamagne the Fraud. You never say nothing about these racist black supremacists, but you have everything to say about the mulatto man. And you don't like the mulatto man's delivery. You don't like the mulatto man's tone. You don't like the mulatto man's language, but you have nothing to say about the racist Bantu who sits in front of a white man hating on the mulatto man. You have nothing to say. I laugh at it. It's because of you dudes. Because you dudes don't pressure this shit. I don't give a fuck about the hoes. Whatever. They're biracial baby mamas. They got a black baby daddy. They're fucking useless. I don't care. They're not even a part of the conversation. They can go elsewhere and sell their shitty products to somebody else. The men over here, I'm talking about the mulatto men with some balls and integrity. All right? Not you little light-skinned pussies who cower behind the dark-skinned Bantu who hates your fucking weak ass. That's what gets me. They hate your bitch ass. They sit in front of this white guy and talk shit about your weak ass, but you have the fucking balls to still identify with them. Ain't that some bitch shit? That could not be me. I rather be the bad guy, Say what you want, man. It's funny. They promote me as a bad guy, but yet everyone tunes in and follows and supports and they're interested to hear what is he gonna say. I'd rather be the bad guy. That title, it's suitable because I cannot be a bitch to the fucking racist Bantu who is anti-mulatto man. These are not my people. They're not my dark-skinned brothers and sisters, like some of these people claim them to be. The children of God. They're not godly. They're not holy. They're sellouts. They're crooked. They're scammers. He's sitting here across from Andrew Schultz, white guy. Okay. He's going to endorse this white guy. And he's going to hate on the mulatto man. Listen to this shit. I mean, that's why Donald Trump was spot on. This is a racist black supremacist. And he's so comfortable and coddled in this society, being a racist, he'll sit in front of a white guy and tell this white guy he never roots for light-skinned men. All of you light-skinned guys should have canceled this bitch as soon as you heard this shit. But most of you're a bunch of fucking pussies. You wonder why the light-skinned women don't like your bitch ass. You got some of these fools, they want to go to the DR and go across the other countries to get pussy because the women in the light-skinned women in America don't want to fuck with you because you're a bitch. Because you let these fucking Bantus talk to you however any way they want. Of course the women don't like you. Duh. You're a fucking punk. You let this fucking bitch Bantu talk shit about you in front of another race of man. I thought this is your people, homie. I thought this is your race. Race, RACE, competition. I thought this is your people. But he's competing with you for market share, for sexual marketplace value. He's competing with you. He's comfortable sitting in front of this whole white guy talking shit about your light-skinned bitch ass. I get a kick out of this shit, man. I get a kick. Who else is going to call this fool out? Show me the channels, because I don't see them out here. I don't see none of these channels. I want to promote you guys. I want to share all your shit. I don't see none of these channels. They make all the excuses in the world for the Bantu, but whenever the mulatto man checks their ass, then they got something to say. Oh, don't associate with it. Oh, it's bad for business. For what bit? You guys aren't making no money. They've already boycotted your bitch ass. Look what they're doing with Drake. They're boycotting him. That's what you signal. That's what you call a boycott, with the false allegations and smear campaigns trying to destroy his reputation. They're already boycotting you. The ladies are boycotting you. The dark-skinned ladies, I don't like you yellow niggas. I don't like you light skin. I don't like light skin. They're already boycotting you. I'm like, what else do you have to lose at this point? You can lose all that. Why don't you maintain your integrity and some self-worth and respect? Let me play this clip because I'm talking a lot. I know I'm pissing off you hoes, and that's good. You should be upset. Good. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to spread a message, to share information, and hopefully it reaches the right people. Okay, watch this.
Watch Steph. Steph is one of the few light-skinned men I actually root for.
Why is that?
I just don't I don't root for beige guys like that.
Why do you think that you have a beige prejudice?
I do. I'm sorry.
He just asked him, why do you think you have a beige prejudice? Excuse me. He said he just does. He says he doesn't root for light-skinned guys. I played this clip before on my other channel, Mulatto History channel, and I'm sitting here like, my God, how is this guy so comfortable saying this shit? But I'm the bad guy. I love it. I am the bad guy. You're damn right. Okay. But this guy right here who's interviewed presidents, he has the current president, Donald Trump, talking about him. All this publicity. He's on radio. The cameras are on him. He's in front of his white massa. He's so comfortable publicly telling all of you light-skinned bitches. I'm talking about the men because they're bitches. They suck off the fucking dark-skinned Bantu. They have no balls. They identify with these savages. Yeah, you're a bitch. They identify with them. And he's telling you he never roots for you, but yet you identify with him. That's sad. That's an L. Because when you have a light-skinned dude, a biracial dude who doesn't identify as black, they get on your ass. You got identity issues. You got self-hate. Okay, yeah, cool. Call what you want, bitch, but you got to pay me or dance or, jump through hoops. You got to do something for me, boy. Nothing for free over here. Like, we're going to require something from them. Okay, some money, some market share. That's what Drake's doing. That's why he's suing UMG. They got to pay him. Okay, they're trying to devalue him based off market share. They want to devalue him. They don't want to pay him a lot because Sony was going to offer him $500 million. UMG, he had a $400 million contract. That contract was up. He's trying to renegotiate. You're trying to devalue his whole market share. Yeah, so the biracial man's like, no, you guys got to fucking pay me. Fuck this. They're going to fight it in court. We're going to fight it right out there on the parking lot. We're going to fight it. No, you're going to give me mine. This guy is publicly saying he never roots for you guys. How can you identify with someone who's against you? That is the, like, what they call that? The Stockholm syndrome. The light-skinned Stockholm syndrome. I'm not African American identified. So it's different for me. You biracial guys, listen to me. You already know what's up. Okay, the biracial guys already know what's up. But like, if you're light-skinned, well, you identify with this Bantu, it's like you're having a conniption. You don't understand what's going on. Like, This guy right here, and who's propped him up to be the spokesperson? And who's calling him out? Are there dark-skinned guys calling this guy out? Where are their videos? Share their videos with me. I want to see. I don't see anyone check this fool. This fool is publicly a racist against light-skinned men, saying he never roots for you guys. Interesting. He never roots for you guys. And he's so comfortable in front of his white massa, but he doesn't like Trump. You're like, what the hell? But Trump represents the white right. What the hell's the difference between the left and the right? You got this racist Bantu running interference. He's sitting here with Andrew Schultz, who's a right winger. Andrew Schultz is a right wing shill. You see how it doesn't matter? Yeah, I see a comment. Rex Jones says Charlamagne loves his white massa. I got a lot of hate watchers. I heard a lot of feelings, and that's the intention with my delivery and tone. I want you to unsubscribe. I want you. I'm not saying you, Rex Jones. I'm just speaking publicly, like for the people, because you're commenting. Shout out to you. I appreciate your comment. But I'm saying I got like some watchers right now. I got 2 cats commenting, James and Rex. But I got a bunch of people watching. They're not going to say a damn thing. Let me screen record and clip it and blah, blah, blah. I'm only going to grow. I don't understand. You people act like you're going to like, I've had some trolls for the past 2 years and like they got receipts and receipts and receipts and receipts and all fake shit. This is operations only going to grow. So I don't know what you think you're going to clip or you're going to get something like some juicy material. Like the public wants this information. They're going to hear this. They're going to realize, look, what he's saying is spot on. I don't give a damn if they like my delivery or not. Tough. Too bad. Because they have nothing to say when Charlamagne says he doesn't root for you light-skinned guys. I've never publicly said I don't root for dark-skinned guys. Half of my family, they're all dark-skinned. They're all Bantus. Okay, North American Bantus, okay? Whatever. ADOS, FBA, whatever, we want to use. But like I've never publicly said I don't root for dark-skins. I've never said that. Never. But you have a guy like this Charlamagne, and Donald Trump called him what he is. He is a fucking racist. He will publicly tell this white dude, Andrew Schultz, that he never roots for beige guys, light-skinned guys. This piece of shit should be fucking canceled. But you don't. And I blame the light-skinned men because they identify with racist Bantus who are against them. What do you guys get from it? You get some mediocre tale that's been ran through. Like, I don't understand what you guys get from it. What do you get from it? Identifying with them. He would never talk bad about them. What, his white massa? James Bond's boss, puts the brown and beige community did call out Charlamagne in a video years. Shout out to the brown and beige community. I like brown and beige. I don't think he likes me. I'll be honest, because of the whole delineation, because I don't play that whole golden MLS bullshit. If you're a biracial mulatto is not the same as a light-skinned black. And there's some people who don't like that because they want to blurry the lines. And I think, I've always liked beige, brown and beige. Since 3 years ago, since I heard about the whole golden sphere, I saw his channel. I've always liked it. He's better than me. He's like at this content because he's more polished. He has a more, his voice, his delivery is more welcoming. Yeah, no, he's a little slow at times. I get it with the information, but I would say he's more kind of user friendly, more open to the public, right? And that's the thing with me. I'm very stern and in your face, like, clearly you've been tuning in for the 55 minutes. You clearly hear my tone. You can sense a little bit of anger and frustration there. And I'm mainly that's directed towards the men, okay? Because you guys allow this, you're enablers. You allow this to happen. They've been coddled. Like I'm saying, the guy like Charlamagne should have been canceled a minute ago. Okay, that's the anger you hear from me, not for the ladies, not for the women. I'm not talking about. It's just all directed towards males right now. And but yeah, no. Shout out to Brown and Beige. I like the cat. He doesn't produce any content right now. But like I said, I first heard of him a minute ago. And I like him. I don't think he likes me. Like I said, I'm going to repeat it because I think it's the delineation. And people want us to play stupid like a biracial guy is the same as a light-skinned black. We're not the fucking same. I've been saying that since day one. And people don't like that. They can call whatever the hell they want, colorist, racist, whatever, kiss my butt. It's just, it's a fact. Okay, if you have a white mom and a black dad, or if you have a white dad and a black mom, you're not the same as a light-skinned black person. And I granted light-skinned people or light-skinned African Americans, they're mixed, or they have admixture, or they're Griff, or they're MGM. I get that. That's perfectly okay. But they're not the same as us. Those of us who are mulatto or biracial. This has been my stance from day. They're not the same. There's overlap, and we're talking about it right now. And so some people, they don't like that. And that's what the thing with the whole the golden shit, they didn't like that. They didn't like that they see a guy like me run up in here like, look, we're not the same as them. They're too comfortable being subordinates to Bantus. That is a major problem. That's why 3 years later, here I am talking shit late at night about Charlamagne. And I say shout out to Brown and Beige for calling out Charlamagne. That's one dude I got respect for. I've already acknowledged that. I like Brown and Beige. Where are these other cats at? Okay, Light Skin History, shout out to him. I respect him. He calls these fools out, or at least puts them on blast to a degree. I respect Light Skin History. But there's like a shit ton of other light skinned dudes out here. They got YouTube channels. They're doing video games and some other shit out there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm like, bro, there's so many of these other light skin or mulatto or biracial guys. Why aren't you guys canceling this fool who's like against you? Because they want to cancel you. They're going to try to, with a guy like me, they're going to try to cancel me. They can't, though. Like I said, with the whole, I already laid it out there where the guy like Nick Fuentes, like if they can't cancel him, he's rose to the top. What makes you think that's not possible for anybody else? Who's funding him? It's grassroots. People are seeking the truth. They want the information. And there's other platforms popping up. That's the thing. People want the truth. They want information. So the canceling is a little bit ineffective. Let's continue on with this.
Goes back to New Jack City. I'm sorry. I know people are listening and like this. I just don't rate for. I don't. Even with Steph, I enjoy watching Steph. Steph is one of the few light-skinned men I actually root for.
Why is that?
I just don't rate for. I don't root for beige guys like that.
Why?
He doesn't root for beige guys like that. It's racist, isn't it? And isn't that what Donald Trump said? This guy's a racist. Let me go back to Trump's comment. Because shout out to Donald Trump. Because he was spot on. He's calling out this racist, black supremacist Bantu. He puts right here, Donald Trump. Shout out to Donald Trump. He puts the very wonderful and talented Lara Trump, whose show is a big rating success, put racist sleazebag Charlamagne the God. Exactly. I really love this. And I saw this when Donald Trump called him for what he is, a fucking racist. But he's a black. He's a good old black racist. So we can't call him a racist. We can just call him something else. He's prejudiced, or he's special needs. He's disability black Bantu. He's something else. He is a fucking racist piece of shit. He's anti-light-skinned man, anti-biracial man. And like I said, guys, the animosity and anger in my tone and my voice for the stream is because I want to see light-skinned men who identify as African American, identify with Bantus. You got to call these pieces of shit out. You wonder why you have issues with these women. All of you guys, I see your little YouTube channels. You always talk about these women, these light-skinned women. You wonder why they don't respect your weak ass, because you let these bitches slide. This Charlamagne guy, you guys got to click up and check this bitch and publicly denounce this pussy. But you guys don't do that because that's your dark-skinned brother and sister, and you want to scapegoat the women. And you want to sit there and act like, oh, the women don't like us. The women, they follow trends and they get manipulated. No, the women are smart and sophisticated. They're going to get the best deal they can. No, it's because you guys are promoting, you're projecting weakness. You're subservient to other males, and that's weak. What woman would respect that? You never challenge these males, these dark-skinned Bantus who are against you, who publicly tell the white guy, supposedly, isn't that their colonizer? Isn't that what the fucking savage is telling you? They're a colonizer, oppressor. Isn't that what the savage is telling you? But yet he's very comfortable sitting in front of him, telling him he never roots for your light-skinned ass. Because you're a weak bitch. And the women don't respect you because you're a weak bitch. Because you suck off and serve the Bantus. Try me, ho. Try me. Try me. Tell me I'm lying. Because I don't identify with the Bantu. That's the difference between me and you, ho. Okay. And I don't complain because the light-skinned women, the mixed women don't want light-skinned men. I don't give a fuck. There's too many chicks. This is a global economy, global marketplace. There's too many women. I don't care. Okay. They're going to go for their best bet, their best deal. Same with the males. The males go with their best options, their best deals. That's not, but the light skinned guys, they complain about the light skinned women. But I'm like, how can you complain about the women when you're a fucking bitch to the dark skinned male? You don't check this pussy. He sits up in front of this white guy saying he never roots for your bitch ass, but you still identify with him. As a biracial man, a guy like me, that is some weak bitch shit. This is why the delineation has to be done. I'm gonna share. Shout out to the Al Show. I saw he posted this whole multiracial delineation. Mixed people, mulattoes specifically, delineating for African Americans, and that's ultra specific, ultra important because that's the thing. You have to. If you sit there and continue to play this game, these other people, man, they're going to drag you down in to serve Bantus like Charlamagne, who hates you, to maintain the status quo where they serve their white massa and they pretend like they're victims, but yet they serve whites. He's sitting in front of this white guy telling you he never roots for your light skin ass. You can't make this shit up, guys. Hate on me all you want. You cannot make this shit up. This is ridiculous. This guy is publicly telling you he doesn't root for you guys. And you think this is acceptable? Is okay?
Why do you think that you have a beige prejudice?
I do. I'm sorry. It goes back to New Jack City. I'm sorry. I know people are listening to like this.
And his bitch ass is going to blame a movie from the 80s, New Jack City, Wesley Snipes. That's their dark skinned hero. He's going to blame a movie from the 80s for why he's a racist, prejudiced piece of shit. Right? And they always had these dummies, these mixed people who were like on his show, like DJ Envy, he's a tool. And they had the Blasian, Angela Yee, who is an idiot. She's like half Chinese, half black, Blasian, idiot. No disrespect to Blasians. I'm just saying for her, she's a friggin' idiot. And, she's kind of dumb. She didn't serve her purpose there, but they had her there. They had these proxies. They had these mixed race proxies there. And they had this fool, this gay, flamboyant, democratic shill, Charlamagne Da Fraud. And we're sitting here like, and who signed up for this? The Breakfast Club. The Breakfast Club was a movie from the 80s with Marley Ringwald, is that her name? Emiliano Estevez, Charlie Sheen's brother. That's the when I think of the Breakfast Club, that's what I think of. From the 80s. That's before my time too. I'm a 90s guy, but I don't think it is court gestured Bantu here, talking shit on light-skinned men. I get a kick out of it, man. Light-skinned men don't check this bitch. I should see so many videos. I should see light-skinned men building their channels, clowning these fucking Bantus. That's the thing. Like, you guys, you can cry about the subs, the subscribers, whatever viewers. Dude, the women are waiting for you, man. All you got to do is make your content, make your material, post your videos. The women are already here. They're waiting for you guys. But you guys are so comfortable being a bitch to the fucking Bantu who hates your ass. The women are, how can they support you? How can they? You're a subordinate male. How can they support you? The audience is already here. There's no doubt about it. It's already been unlocked and uncovered. I've already proven that. The audience is here. There's a market. There's a hunger. The audience is here. They might be too weak and pussy to comment right now. And granted, it's like unannounced. I kind of jump up and do these lives late at night. I only got 2 people commenting. I got some watchers and shit, so I get it. But the audience is already here. There's a material. There's the need and hunger for this material is already here. So I don't understand why people think that this is not where we're at right now. They've already put a target on your back. They're publicly telling their oppressor, because they're proud slaves, like Kendrick Lamar, right? They're telling their own oppressor, right? Their colonizer. They're telling them they never root for you. You're light skinned. You're mixed race. They don't root for you. They're very comfortable telling their quote unquote, I thought they were victims. I thought they were oppressed. But they're very comfortable telling these white people that they don't root for your weak ass, you light skins, all right? And then you wonder why light skinned women don't respect your bitch ass. How can they though? Right? You serve Bantus. That's a despicable existence.
That complexion bullshit. I forgot the
colorism.
Colorism. There you go. I was trying to figure out the woke term they use.
Yes,
that colorism.
I'm trying to figure out the woke term. This little fruitcake wearing his little Biggie Smalls t-shirt, little fruitcake and shit. Charlamagne's a fruitcake. He's sitting in the Breakfast Club. He's got like these little rainbow flags and shit sitting behind him. He's trying to act all stupid. Oh, I forget the term. It's woke. It's woke. Because he's sitting in front of a right wing guy, Andrew Schultz. He's what they call that plausible deniability, trying to act stupid. I don't know the right term they use. He's trying to play both sides. See, they never call it out when this opportunistic Bantu, this opportunistic dark-skinned Bantu wants to play both sides, Democrat, Republican. They never call that out. They only, when it's a biracial man like Drake, then they're going to call it out. You notice the Bantu technology? Then they're going to say, oh, you want to play both sides. The biracial's confused. They're two-faced. They try to play both sides. They're on the fence. You notice how the racist dark-skinned Bantu tries to position that argument, right? With the mutability, when the mulatto has versatility and mutability, they want to look at that as a negative. You know, you're not supposed to agree and acknowledge white people. You're not still supposed to identify with white people and black people. No, you got to pick a side. That's what the racist Bantu tells you. But you see a dumbass idiot court gesture like Charlatan Da Fraud. He's sitting here like placating this right winger. Andrew Schultz is a right wing shill for Trump. He's sitting there placating him like, oh, what's that term they use? Woke, woke, woke. And I'm like, bro, this flamboyant, dark-skinned Bantu Charlamagne, he's sitting there in his little studio, Breakfast Club. He's got rainbow flags surrounded his chair. He interviews nothing but Democratic candidates. That's why Trump called his dumb ass out. He doesn't like Trump. He wanted Kamala Harris in office. Like, this guy's a Democratic shill. He's such an opportunist. What I'm saying is that the duplicity is okay if you're a racist, dark-skinned Bantu. But if you're a mulatto man, all of a sudden it's negative. They hate Drake because he's, mutability. They hate Drake because of the mutability, his ability to adapt and pick up different, like he's doing like what, reggae, like accents, or doing Caribbean accents and shit like that. They try to clown him, the racist Bantu. Oh, he's trying to sound like he's, Caribbean. He's trying to sound like he's from London. He's trying, like, they hate on the mulatto man for being able to adapt to the environment. But when they look at this racist court gesture Bantu, all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's okay. He's, my whole thing is for the men. The women are going to follow. That's the whole position here with the message. It's for the men. The women doesn't matter. Their audience, they're already here. They're all tuning in. They're all listening. It doesn't matter. It's for the men. Why do you accept this and allow this to continue? These savages are way too comfortable disrespecting you. You got to do something about it.
Bullshit. I forgot the
colorism.
Colorism. There you go. I was trying to figure out the woke term they use.
Yes,
that colorism shit. But listen, that's just one of the things I haven't unlearned yet.
Right.
New Jack City.
And make an excuse for it. That's just one of the things I haven't unlearned yet. This is a fucking savage. This is a fucking uncivilized savage. Out of his own mouth, he said, this is one of the things I haven't unlearned yet. Making an excuse for his ignorance and his racism. You guys hear that? Let me rewind it. He said this is one of the things he hasn't unlearned yet. The colorism, his racism, why he's against. And I'm like, man, all of you guys should be talking about this. All of you so-called light-skinned guys, you're light-skinned, you got a light-skinned channel. All of you should be covering this video right here, because you could digitally bury this racist piece of shit, Charlamagne the Fraud. He is publicly saying he never supports and roots for you guys, but yet his coworker colleague is a light-skinned dude, DJ Envy, who's a bitch. We already know he's an enabler. All of you guys should like do reaction videos covering this shit. This guy should never have any legitimacy in politics and media ever again. He's anti-you. You have to take this shit seriously. I just get a kick out of it. You can complain about the women all you want. That's some little red pill bitch shit. You guys go to the gym, get your money up, network, connect, build your social network. Complain about the women. That's not going to serve any of you guys well. It hasn't. Even when Kevin Samuels' weak ass was up here, before he was up here and after, it's not serving you guys well. Look at the white boys and look at the wingnut incels. They're complaining because of white chicks, you know. It's really not serving them well. So I don't understand why you blacks think it's going to serve you well. You blacks are going to go with other groups of women. You're going to have mixed kids. Those kids are not going to identify with your black ass. I'm telling you. This is just for the mulatto guy right here speaking, for the mulattoes over here. But if they're Blasian or whatever, Afro-Latino, you can trick them all you want. Trust me, they're going to be looking for answers. When they see racist Bantus that are unchecked, like this dumb savage right here, Charlamagne the Fraud, they're going to be looking for answers. They're going to go on the internet and type up and search mulatto, mixed race. They're going to be looking for answers. All right, they're not going to identify with you because they're already here. They're already here. They're already in my DM. They're already in my inbox messaging me. They're already here. I've already attracted them, and it didn't take that much either.
But listen, that's just one of the things I haven't unlearned yet.
Right.
New Jack City.
I just love how this guy is so unabashful. Like, he's like, I just haven't unlearned that yet. Like, he's excusing his own racism. And it's very nonchalant. Like, it goes overlooked. He's excusing his own fucking racism. Saying, oh, that's a colorism. That's that woke shit. Blah, blah, blah. Even though, you know, his fruity ass is woke. He's a Democrat shill. That's why Trump called his bitch ass out. But he's sitting there in front of his white guy. Like, I just haven't unlearned that. I haven't unlearned that. It's just I'm pro dark skin. I never root for the light skin guys. I'm like, what a piece of shit. And I'm, like I said, I'm angry. I'm this stream. You guys hear it in my voice. And I know you're all screen recording and good. Love it. You hoes are always going to listen. It's like this guy, like, how is this acceptable? How is it acceptable for this guy? I've never in my life have ever said I don't root for dark-skinned guys. I've never said that. Never have. But yet you have a guy like this who interviews the president. He'll publicly jump on the internet and say that he'll never root for light-skinned guys. It's a double standard, isn't it? And my anger is because I'm the only guy up here calling it out, besides light-skinned historian and the other gentleman in the chat put brown and beige. Okay, shout out to both of them. So they're the only other dudes. But like all you other light-skinned channels, all you guys out here, man, we all got to cancel this fucking Bantu. This dude's way out of pocket. No, they're going to cancel you. They're going to cancel the mulatto. They're going to cancel the biracial. They're going to cancel light skin, right? No, they're going to try to cancel you. They're going to use their population numbers. I thought you were all part of the group. I thought in the United States of America, biracial is seen as just black. But what happens when the savage Bantu cancels you? Are you still going to be perceived as black? Right? Once you go underground and you continue to expand and build your network, are the savages still going to consider you black when they've successfully, quote unquote, canceled you? Are you still going to be black then? But I thought black people can't be racist. So which one is it? Are they going to cancel you because you're a racist? But wait a second. I thought biracials are considered black in America, but I thought blacks can't be racist. So which one is it? Right? So this is just a message to the men. The message to the men. Don't accept these Bantus trying to punk you.
No Brown.
It
When
got
you
in you.
stabbed Christopher Williams in the hand and said, I never liked your pretty.
And this is the best part about it, because look who they serve. They serve weaklings. And I don't care how many push-ups or how many pull-ups or how many steroids this savage is taking. It doesn't. Look who they serve. This is who they serve right here. Look in the screen. This is they massa. Okay. That whole 6'3", 6'4", Bantu, right? Bald-headed, dark-skinned, Bantu, tattoos, and all swole and shit. Look who the savage serves, right? Look who they serve. Look who they take their orders from, right? That alone should give you confidence to realize what you're dealing with here.
Stabbed Christopher Williams in the hand and said, I never liked your pretty ass anyway, and then choked him.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, that's in me.
Now,
And the fact that most light-skinned men I've met, other than T.I.,
right,
are absolutely the stereotype of all light-skinned men.
You guys see that? He's throwing all of you under the bus. He's saying most of you light skins are the stereotype of light skinned men. But I thought you light skinned men were privileged in a black. I thought it was like colorism. Isn't that what these savages cry about? Colorism, right? Isn't that the little buzzword they say? And that only works on the bitches. Let's be clear. The biracial baby mamas or the liberals or the ladies who want to grow their little weak ass social media platform, placating to dark skins, especially on TikTok. You'll see on YouTube, it ain't shit. I'm on YouTube right now, but on TikTok, because I'm on TikTok, I'm active over there too. It's like very prevalent over there. A light skin, she could be average light skin chick. Okay. And you know me, I like mulattoes, right? You know me. She could even be just average or even a little bit above average, but like all the dark skinned simps she'll have in her chat is amazing. I'm like, damn. If I did a live stream, if I had all these, dark skin, chocolate bunnies, whatever, Barbie dolls, but it doesn't work that way, does it? Right? They devalued you in their community, right? But the reverse, it's like the light skinned female or the mulatta, okay, and she can even just be basic or average, whatever, a little bit above average, and she'll have so many pookies in the chat. It's crazy. See, because they have their whole platforms established. So are they going to call this shit out? Why would they? It doesn't make sense financially or socially for them. They're living high on the like they're in a good position. But I can tell you this, a lot of them, I can't say most, but I can say a lot of them, they're waiting for the light-skinned guys to get their shit together, establish their stuff together. And if the opportunity presented itself, they would switch off and flip and go run over to your shit. See what you have that's popping. I guarantee you that. Guarantee you. Not enough of you guys speak out. That's the issue. Because you identify with guys who hate you. This Charlamagne guy telling you he hates you.
You know what I'm saying? T.I. and Chris Brown. Beige with dark skin tendencies, both of them.
Okay.
Well,
beige with dark skin tendencies. That just sounds like some stupid monkey shit to me. That doesn't make any sense. What's a dark skin tendency? That sounds like some internalized racism to me. What does that mean? Is he talking like it's more savage? Like he's trying to make it seem like, oh, dark skin tendency is more like aggressive. What is he? He doesn't specify though. That's why this white guy's looking at him with like a side eye. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, beige with dark skin tendencies. He said Chris Brown, who's a fucking R&B dude. He sings and he's a woman beater. He beat up the lady Rihanna. He hits women. So like, how can you respect the guy? Okay, yeah, he has some good songs. Like, I don't really care. I'm not a fan of Chris Brown. The dude fucking hit a woman, bro. Publicly beat the shit out of Rihanna. It's like, what the hell did she do that was so bad for him to beat on her like that, right? But of course, this Charlamagne, this Bantu, he's a fan of him. Of course, he's a dark-skinned Bantu. So he's a fan of, and he talks about dark-skinned tendencies. So what is he talking about? Like Diddy shit? Because Diddy's a Bantu, dark-skinned? Is that what he's talking about? Dark-skinned tendencies? He's talking about Chris Brown. He's beige, but with dark-skin. He said T.I. What is dark-skin tendencies? This Bantu doesn't even know. The question I have here, okay. Why do the elites give Charlatan a platform? Why? They're giving him a platform. Why? When he's a known anti-mulatto racist. Okay. Because if they cancel me, so, quote unquote, so-called cancel me, it's only going to make me more prolific and popular. It's only going to raise my stake. They do want to bury and suppress this conversation. That's why they have these gang stalkers and Lipstick Alley and the gay blacks working with the BWE, black female spaces. They have these gay black males working with these black lesbian and black feminists in the BW spaces. They have them. They work for these non-governmental agencies. These are paid full-time saboteurs, gang stalking networks to sabotage the mulatto spaces, or quote unquote golden whatever spaces, whatever that nobody identifies with the golden stuff, but that's just the play they'll use to attack mulatto men, straight men, right? So they have these people deployed, right? They spend so much effort, time, and energy to neutralize us, but it's only growing us. Like they already tried to do that shit with Angry Biracial. Look where he's at. He's bigger than ever. He's going to be at 100,000 subscribers and probably by the beginning of next year. I thought they tried, like they exposed him. I thought they exposed that dude, Angry Biracial. What the fuck? I mean, this guy's growing and he can just do his animation. He can write a couple more books. I'm not going to support it, but it doesn't matter. People will support it. That's the key thing. So that canceling shit or that exposing little gay shit, it has been very, very ineffective on their part. And that's why I bring it back to the whole Nick Fuentes thing, right? They tried to do everything they can to cancel the dude, but he's still a prominent voice in the discussions, even though he's not on YouTube, he's not on Instagram, not on the Meta platforms, but yet people still watch his clips. They see him, they know who he is, name recognition. It's the same thing with the Tates, right? The Tate brothers, whatever. Like they're not on YouTube or not on TikTok, but yet you all know who they are. Right? Yeah. You light skin, you mulatto men got to just grow some balls. Okay. They hate you regardless. They don't want you to have a voice. Tough. We got a voice. Deal with it.
Skin stereotypical tendencies, so
Right,
to speak. Yes.
right.
And I only really got like 2 light-skinned dudes I communicate with on a daily basis. My homeboy DJ Frosty,
Me.
one of my best friends, and DJ Envy.
Right.
And I mean, come on. If I'm trying to unlearn.
You guys see that? There's only a couple light skins he's cool with. The rest of you he doesn't like. He's publicly flexing on you, saying most of you are bitches, and you are. I say that too. Most of you are bitches. You can complain about light-skinned women all you want. Most of you are bitches. You identify with people who are, and you make excuses for this degenerate savage. They want to blame black women and mixed women. Some of these guys, they want to jump up on here and blame black women, dark-skinned women, and mixed women for the position of mixed or light-skinned men. No, it's you mixed and light-skinned men who are fucking bitches who identify with this racist Bantu who hates your dumbass. And he's sitting here in front of this white guy publicly saying he doesn't root for none of you hoes. There's only 2 light-skinned guys he's cool with. The rest of you, he doesn't give a shit about. That's your problem, bro. I just get a kick out of it where some of these dudes, they want to blame the women. Like, I don't understand where you're going to go. What are you going to get from that? Either they fuck with you or they don't. See, the lesbians hate me because women like me, because the women support me. That's around the planet because I have women around the country, big country, United States, but also around the planet. My biggest supporters are women, has been from day one. And the lesbians hate me because of that. You know.
Learn something. I can't work with a guy every day who reinforces every
Those
fucking
negative
stereotype of
stereotypes.
light-skinned men.
Okay, so there are a certain group of blacks that you
I don't like how you say blacks. I meant to tell you that last.
Well, I like how he says blacks because he's checking your black ass. And I say blacks just like that too, because you are black. And he doesn't like the way this white guy says blacks. But there should be a light-skinned guy in the room that should check his black ass and say, I don't like how you're putting down light skin. But you guys don't speak up for yourselves. You guys have a YouTube channel. I'm not special. I have several YouTube channels, actually. And within this niche, the mulatto niche, I have these two channels. I have another channel that's more of like a response if I need to respond. Smaller channel, but I have my other channels, business channel, and then like a travel channel, etc. But with this mulatto niche, I got this channel in the mulatto history, right? So it's like all you guys is easy. Just create a channel, respond to this stuff. You can tag this savage Bantu, charlatan, even tag this fool Andrew Schultz, this little right-wing shill. Yeah. Right? You can tell him, hey, he doesn't like the way that the Andrew Schill, says blacks. Sure, the black doesn't like that. But where are the light-skinned guys saying, well, wait a second, Charlamagne, I don't like the way you're talking about light-skinned men. How you never root for us. How you're publicly a racist towards us. Like, none of the light-skinned guys check this fool. That's the cutest part about it. Instead, they want to talk about light-skinned women. The light-skinned women don't like me. Yeah, light-skinned women like me. Okay. Why would they? You're a bitch to Bantus. Who would like you? You don't deserve to be liked if you serve Bantus like Charlamagne. This is your dark-skinned brother and sister. This is your people who hates you. You know, you identify people who hate you, man. You don't deserve to be liked. You don't. You don't. Okay? Clip that and quote it.
I did. This is very triggering. I don't like that. I don't like. You have to stop saying black.
Does it sound like there's some N-word in it?
Yes, it sounds very fucking harsh, and you say it every time. Blackberries, the blacks. Duval and meet the blacks. I like those new Jordans, the black ones.
He's such a clown in a court gesture, man. It's just, yeah.
Dude,
Why are you so fucking dressed up?
listen. Wow.
Ever since you started dating a black man.
Oh, shit.
Fucking...
No, what? Oh, thank you so much. She just went to go give me my Zyrtec. You know what I mean? I like this outfit, though, Paige.
I don't.
A little red dress.
Let me fast forward for these idiots here.
Colored Negroes.
I don't know if I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
Who don't like? Or these beiges. Can we call them? Can I call them beiges?
I call them beige.
Okay.
Waffle colored Negroes.
I don't know.
You see that? Waffled colored Negroes. That's what you guys are to him. You guys hear the animosity there, though. There's other terms they use, like I'm lost for words. I don't speak Ebonics or slave talk, so I'm not astute to all the little terms they use. But waffle. You guys know. You in the comments, you guys will put, you know, what these people put or what they say about you. But yeah, like there, he called you waffled colored Negroes. Even using the term Negro is like a slight, like, dude, I'm biracial. I don't identify with you slaves and savages. We're not the same. I got a white mom. Okay. I'm not the same as you people. And I know you guys want to try to hoodwink us with this whole light skin and MLS fucking bullshit and try to say that the mulattoes and the biracials were the same as you. We're not. As long as I'm up here, I'm going to be all up in all your fucking asses and let you know we're not the same as you. Okay. So this idea we're using the term Negro, we're like, this is some slave talk. Negro is black in Spanish. Well, I'm not a black. A black doesn't have a white mom. Okay? So go talk to somebody else with that weak shit. Now, I'm just because none of you people ever challenge guys like Charlamagne, who's calling you a waffled colored Negro. You say nothing to him. He's your old dark skinned brother and sister. But you look at a guy like me, you want to try to hoodwink me back into your little savage fucking slave cult. And I'm not having it. I'm not having it. Okay. I'll tell you this on YouTube. I'll tell you this on TikTok. I'll tell you this on Facebook, Instagram, X. I'll tell you this everywhere. Okay. I'll tell you this face to face. I don't identify with you. Okay. Keep trying, keep pushing. It's not going to work.
If I'm going to go there.
Yeah.
I think I'll stay with beige.
Okay.
You know, so do you have the same energy for the beige women community, the beige female community? Because you have some beige female friends.
None.
Right? Amanda Seals is a beige.
None, nothing. No qualms with the women at all.
So a beige.
You guys hear that? Now, this is the colorism trifecta in Blackistan. The dark-skinned Bantu male, the dark-skinned Bantu female, and the light-skinned mixed and biracial female. That is the trifecta, the colorism triangle, the power dynamic in the black community. Okay. If you light-skinned, you biracial males, okay, you're nowhere represented. You're the subordinate class. And the reason why I'm telling you why that is because you identify with the savage, dark-skinned Bantu who hates you. As you can see with Charlamagne, Donald Trump just called him out, called him a racist, rightfully so. I appreciate that. More of you light-skins got to call this Bantu savage a racist, what he is. He publicly said he's a misandrist as well. He's anti-light-skinned man. He never roots for you light-skinned men, but he roots for the light-skinned female. He has no problem with that is Blackistan Protocol 101. And this guy is publicly telling you in front of his white massa, no holds bars, straight up, no chaser. Like there's no secret here. The jig is up. This is all for the public consumption. They're literally telling you what the modus operandi is. Dark-skinned Bantu male has no problems with the light-skinned female, but he never roots for the light-skinned male. And I'm very amped up because I get a kick out of it because I have pussy bitch ass light-skinned males who come around my channel and they identify with the racist Bantu who hates them. And I'm looking at them like, bro, I cannot help you. I can't. You're in the wrong spot. If you want to be a sissy light-skinned bitch, go back over there to the Breakfast Club. Go back over there with the pro wax. You're in the wrong spot. The mulatto spot over here, we are going to grill and clown your fucking ass. You're in the wrong spot, bro. Blame it on the white mama, okay? Blame it on the suburbans. Like, to me, I just have too much pride. I don't identify and serve you savages, okay? Once you publicly declare that I'm your enemy, game is on. I'm not trying to be cool with you. You need to pay me, hit my Cash App, you need to pay up, or kick fucking rocks. There's too many people out here I can deal with. Why am I wasting my time with you? You've already let it be known publicly where you stand. You're anti-Drake. You're anti-biracial man. Why am I dealing with you creatures if there's nothing in it for me? Okay, that's the difference between a biracial mulatto man and a light-skinned African American who identifies with Bantus. That is the difference right there. You have those of us who call out the people who hate us, and there's those who make excuses. Oh, it's the light-skinned women. It's black women. It's such an easy scapegoat. Black women, light-skinned women, white women, Asian women, they're fucking women. They follow men. Okay, even the lesbians, they follow men. Okay, this is nature. This isn't misogyny. This is nature. They go where the resources are at, and it's the men who cultivate resources. The men, the light-skinned men, allow this shit to go on. They allow the Bantu to sit up here with this white guy and to hate on light-skinned men. There's this guy, this Charlamagne, this racist Charlamagne Da Fraud is way too comfortable for a guy like me. I don't like it. I don't like how comfortable he is sitting up here with this white guy talking shit about mulatto men and light-skinned men. Do you see me? Okay, for all you little crybaby Bantus, do you see me? So where's the white guys at? Am I sitting up here with some white guys talking shit about black people? Where are they at? Where are the white guys at? This is an entire mulatto operation. You savages can't say shit, bitch. Fuck you. No, it's you. It's you racist black supremacists who always work with whites against mulattoes. You don't have that on me. You don't see me with none of these whites or none of these Anglos sitting up in here laughing and clowning black people. Not over here. This is a mulatto operation. They're mad we're watching them. Everything they project onto you, that's what they're doing themselves. You see this racist, savage, Bantu, Charlamagne Da Fraud, dark-skinned supremacist hating on light-skinned men in front of white guys. Isn't that what the Chancellor Williams conspiracies, isn't that what they tell you? The light skins, the mulattoes, they work with the white people against dark-skinned people. It's colorism. Isn't that what they tell you? I just get a kick out of it because these light-skinned guys, they never call this shit out. It's always the projection. You literally have in 4D right in front of your face, sir, this racist Charlamagne the Fraud working with this white guy, hating on all you light-skinned dudes right in front of your face.
Woman and a beige man do not have the same characteristics.
No, beige women are way more gangster than beige men.
You look at this little fruity ass savage. You hear that? He says that, oh, beige women are way more gangsta. What does that mean? Gangsta, quote unquote, more black. That's that monkey shit, that black card. They more gangsta. They more gangsta. What do they pluck their eyebrows like this fruitcake? And put makeup on and shit. Like what does that mean? Mo gangsta. Ladies, it's not a lady's job to be gangsta. What does that mean? Right? He's saying the ladies, they're more gangsta than light-skinned men. Man, I blame DJ Envy. They got a guy like that. Enabler. DJ Envy. You should have checked this fool. I could not sit next to this guy and accept it. There's a gym, one of my public gyms I go to. The Bantu doesn't, he already knows what's up. He already know. The Anglos, they know what's up. The Bantu, the Chicano, whatever, they know what's up. When I'm at my gym I go to right here, I'm not playing games with any of you people. I already know this investment, it's going to happen over time. These mulattoes, they're not going to play games. It doesn't. Once these mulattoes start connecting with these Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, and Brazilians and Panamanians, it's up. Once these mulattoes get on their shit, they consolidate, they network with these Canadians, these people from the England. It's up. It's up. Which I've already been doing. I'm just one guy. Yeah. I just couldn't tolerate it. I couldn't sit next to this Bantu and allow him to think that he's like gonna fucking like one up on me with this white boy. Whatever, both of you people are gonna get checked. And they both team up against you. And that's where we're at today. And it's our fault because we've allowed this to happen. We've allowed this to simmer and allowed this to go on. And there's not enough of us who are checking them and challenging them. We could change this literally overnight, very quickly. We could change this.
Now, who's more gangster? A Chuck?
Look at his posture. It's his show, Andrew Schultz. He's got his feet on the table. Remember, he had a black female walk in that like dropped off a delivery. That's symbolic, right? He has a black working for him, right? Remember that? He had a black female walk in a red dress. Let me go back. I'm at 256. Let me right here. Light skin. Oh, yeah. All you light skinned men complaining about the light skinned woman. You got light skin. That's light skin right there, right? The red dress. Walking in, dropping off. Yeah, working for the white guy. You guys see that? Right? Just want to let that be known. And you look at his body, examining his body language, right? This white guy, Andrew Schultz.
No, beige women are way more gangster than beige men.
Now, who's more gangster?
Just observing the body language. I already demonstrated. He had the light-skinned female African-American walk in, serving him, demonstrating that she works for him. Okay? Are you light-skinned guys? Are you mulatto guys? Are you going to hire some white women or some dark-skinned women so they can work for you? You're gonna posture and flex in front of them? No, you guys aren't, because you're pussies. Because you identify with the Bantu who hates you. Of course not. You're not gonna do that, you know. But this white guy is gonna do that. He's got his feet up on a table. He understand body language. He brings on this court gesture, fucking Charlamagne pussy. He's just happy to be in front of white people. That's the difference between an African American and a biracial. With a biracial mulatto, we're half white. We're not impressed. Okay, you need to show us something. This whole flexing and the posturing with your feet on the table, we don't give a shit. It's our house too, bitch. It's our birthright. So with those of us that are biracial, like, we're not impressed by just being around a white person. That's not enough for us. But for the Bantu, it is, because they're not the same as us. Different race. So I mean, this body language is very telling. Feet kicked up on the table. He's got his light skin, black female working for him, dropping off, like, very symbolic, letting you know the arrangement, where the Bantu is in this whole situation. And the Bantu's very comfortable trying to flex, talking shit about the light-skinned men, but not the women. He likes the women, even though the woman, as this guy demonstrated, works for him. That was a light-skinned black female who walked in there with that red dress I just showed you guys, right? He's demonstrating that, well, she works for him. Doesn't work for you, Charlamagne. He doesn't got no Anglo females working for him. He doesn't have light-skinned women work for him. No. He's getting paid off by, LGBT Democratic donors. So it's just, the posturing is very interesting. The body language here, the symbology right in front of your eyes, the power dynamic, and the anger you hear in my voice is because how is it that a biracial man, a light-skinned man that has some pride in himself, identify with a racist Bantu who hates you? How? How can you identify with this person? Look who he serves and works for. Okay.
A chocolate black or a beige or a beige black? Which
I don't know. I'm not gonna have this conversation more because I don't like the way you say black. And
Taylor not liking this light skin.
Wait.
She thinks that there's
Taylor, why you look like that?
Taylor not liking this light skin. She thinks that there's a difference between light skinned women and dark skinned women. I was say what? Yeah.
No. That's too early for Taylor. Let's not.
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry,
don't do that
that.
to the people.
I didn't mean
Respect
to.
our SoundCloud, goddamn viewer.
Yeah, whatever. I don't care about that. Yeah, I think I got some more to share for you guys. I got some more. I know you guys aren't done yet. A lot of cloud watchers. I love it. I hurt some of your feelings. That's good. That's the whole intention here. Hurt some of your feelings. I love it. What are you guys going to do? Complain for the next 3 years? All you've been doing is complaining, but yet I've still been here. What the F? What the F? I got some more to share for you guys. All right. I think there's some technical difficulties there. I don't know. I had too many programs up. It was tripping. I wanted to play some music in the meantime, but whatever. Not a big deal. Let me just go right into this since I got some of you guys listening here. Let me see where I'm at. Okay, yeah. There was a time. Fuck, I didn't even timestamp this. I don't think I need to though. Let's check it out.
Lord, just don't do no feeling, and
That's
hopefully the rest of the generation follows Lil Durk's lead. I'm no
Thing to say during men's mental health month, man.
yeah. The only yes man around me is my Rolex Taylor.
This is it right here. Okay, tune in, guys. This is gonna be for the title of this one is Kendrick Lamar announces Juneteenth concert. I talked about this. Shout out to DC because actually DC she shared this with me months back, because I didn't even know. I don't watch the Breakfast Club, but she, I love what DC shares with me. She shares a lot of good stuff, and she shared this with me. I saw this. I was like, damn, this is more proof. More proof. Okay, check. You guys hear that? Shout out to DC for sharing that with me. I've shared this before on my other stream. He publicly said, oh, Kendrick Lamar at this concert is going to sing Not Like Us on Juneteenth. He said, biracials, y'all might want to stay at home. But wait a second. Aren't the racist blacks all over social media, Twitter and TikTok, aren't they telling you Not Like Us is because Drake is Canadian? Because he has a white mom from Canada? Because they lie and gaslight. That's the trickery, the tricknology of Bantus. Those of us over here who are astute, we understand they're lying racist. But they'll sit there and gaslight you and tell you, well, Not Like Us is because Drake is Canadian. And Drake is a questionable character, right? They'll make all the excuses. Drake is has a white mom but out of the horse's mouth, Charlamagne just told you, all you biracials, you might want to stay home. So he's affirming that Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar is a racist biracial song. Notice he didn't say biracial men or biracial female. He didn't lay that distinction. So for you dumbass biracial baby mamas who think, you're a part of the crew. I mean, yeah, if you bring your black kids around, I guess, but they're looking at you like you're white. You got your black kids there. Okay, I guess you're kind of part of the community at this point. But he didn't lay a distinction. He didn't say biracial men or women. He just said biracials. There's a biracial lady, shout out to DC. She shared this with me. Because like I said, I don't watch the Breakfast Clubs. But she shared this with me. I was like, interesting. This is proof that the Charlamagne the God guy is a racist. And just like Donald Trump, let me share that again right now. Let me bring that up to reaffirm what I started this off with. Donald Trump said right here, the very wonderful and talented Lara Trump, whose show is a big rating success, put racist sleazebag Charlamagne the God, right? So the president of the United States, and I stand behind Trump with this bold statement. I appreciate Trump because I've been saying this for the past year, even doing this content. I'm like, this Charlamagne the Fraud is a fucking black racist piece of shit. And too many of these mulatto men in America are punks and bitches. They let this Bantu slide with his racism. They don't check this savage. The president of the United States did. The president of the United States called a spade a spade. This racist, dark-skinned Bantu is anti-mulatto man. Let's listen again. He said Kendrick Lamar at the Pop Out concert. He said, you biracials, you might not want to show up for this concert. And then you have dumbass, black, racist Kendrick fans who are like, well, Not Like Us is not a racist song. It's because Drake is biracial. It's because Drake is Canadian. He's from Canada. He wasn't raised in the hood and he's cosplaying, all the racist black excuses, right? Charlamagne just literally told you out of the horse's mouth, don't go to the concert if you're biracial. Wow. Doesn't that sound like some segregation, some racist shit to me? But you pussy ass biracials aren't going to call it out. Of course not. Because a lot of you are gay and pro-black. And that's why you don't like me, which is cool, which is fine. You'll get biracials. Y'all might want to stay home for that. And of course, look at this smiling ass clown. Light skin, lighter than me. God damn. I mean, I do a little video on, TikTok. You just look like a light-skinned black, right? It's some Bantu, with the fucking bell pepper nose and shit. Like, you look like one of us. You just lighter skin here, okay, right? But then you look at a guy like DJ Envy, like, bro, Like, you're just smiling. Like, see, he's an enabler. It's because of guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, all of my heat and anger on this stream, you guys hear, we're almost at 2 hours. I'm going to end it pretty soon. Because I know I kind of pissed off some of you people. Please unsubscribe. Please leave me alone. Unsubscribe. Okay? I don't want you softies over here. But it's like I'm saying, like, my anger is like directed towards guys like this DJ Envy, not the ladies, not the females, not dark-skinned black women. I have nothing against dark-skinned black women. I have nothing against light-skinned women, mixed women. I have nothing against women. What the fuck? I'm a straight man. Why the hell would I have anything against women? I'm a straight dude. I like women. My irritation and frustration is for guys that you see on the screen. DJ Envy type of guys. They are enablers. These light-skinned, biracial guys that are weak sauce and punks. And I see them all over YouTube and social media. They have nothing to say about guys like Charlamagne Da Fraud, who is a racist, anti-light-skinned, biracial man. Or he hates light-skinned, biracial men. He's a racist against us. They have nothing to say about that. But they want to complain about the women. You guys, how can you complain about the women? You guys are losers. You guys serve dark-skinned Bantus. How can you complain about any female when you serve other males? You're cucks. You're punks. You haven't delineated yourself independently from Bantus. You identify with them. It doesn't make sense to me. How the women aren't even in the equation. This is just the dudes here. It's because of guys like this you see on the screen right here. This DJ Envy guy. This is why I'm upset. I'm slightly upset. I mean, I'm just kind of venting a little bit. Not really that bothered, but I'm irritated. I'm irritated because, and these guys, like I said, they complain about the women. They complain about light-skinned women, and they complain about black women or dark-skinned women. What the fuck? Who cares? Like, if they can't get a white guy, if they can't get a black guy, for a lot of black women, I'm not saying all, I'm not an absolutist, but I'll analyzing the trends, a lot of them, if they can't get a black guy, then they try to get a white guy to try to make the black guy jealous. If they can't get a white guy, they end up becoming lesbians. Like, who the fuck cares? That's like a genetic dead end anyways if they become lesbian, like, unless they're like, they adopt or something like that. Like, they're not producing their own, offspring. Like, who cares? Like, that they're not even in the equation. It's the males who enable this. It's the males who go along with this. And you got the guy on the screen, little smirk smile he's got on, just giggling. You biracials, you might want to stay at home. I'm like, bro, I'm looking at you. You look more biracial than me, bro. Because all the Bantus try to gaslight me. You look like you're a light-skinned black, right? That's what the Bantus say. They wish, right? And they're looking at you like, bro, like, you're part of the problem, DJ Envy. You're just like the rest of the weak sauce light skins who identify as black. You're part of the problem we have here. Okay, and we got to fix this shit. Because people like you, nah, no bueno. I don't claim you. Nah. There's got to be some correcting going on. You're not the voice of us anyways. The elites, as I said, I stated earlier, my question, why do the elites give Charlamagne a platform? They're barely giving you a platform, DJ Envy. You're just a court gesture following around this dark-skinned Charlamagne. He's kind of the main guy of the show because he's the dumbest and goofiest. So they're not even giving you really a platform. You don't represent nothing, DJ Envy. You don't represent light-skinned black. You don't represent mixed people. You don't identify as one of us, mulatto. Nothing I've seen would suggest it. So you don't represent us. Okay? And for Charlamagne, he's a Democratic shill. But regardless if you guys don't like it or not, the presidents, they interview him. They look at him as a representative, just like an Al Sharpton or Jesse Jackson, or they use some of these people, these entertainers. The Democrats, they use entertainers like Cardi B or Charlamagne to be like a representative, right? For black or colored people, whatever the hell you want to call it. no culture, basically slave culture given to you by your white masters. Like they look at you like they pick these proxies to represent you guys. Okay. But this guy here on the screen, he doesn't represent anybody and nobody represents him. He's just this like auxiliary utility in the background, just a servant to a darker skinned guy. And a darker skinned guy, Charlamagne, is controlled and owned by the white established order. Very sad and pathetic.
Well, that's Juneteenth. That's gonna be blackety black in there. You hear me?
Wow, good. Hopefully we do.
Shout out to DC because she shared that with me. Like I said, I shared it before on another stream a minute ago, but I had to share it now for context. I'll bring it back to this before I kind of end things. We're just about 2 hours. I had some other stuff I want to share, but I'll do that another time. I think I heard enough feelings for this evening. Donald Trump, bringing it back to this, he puts the very wonderful and talented Lara Trump, whose show is a big rating success, put racist sleazebag Charlamagne the God. I love the fact that the sitting president of the United States called that piece of shit Bantu Charlamagne what he is, which is a racist. Because he is. He's a racist to biracial men, and he's probably a racist to white people too. I don't know. I haven't seen the evidence of that. I'm not speaking to that. I'm not a representative of the Anglo-Americans. I'm not. You guys can handle your own and do your own. Trump, you guys got your Führer right there handling. I'm talking about for the biracial men, because most of the ones I see out here, they're punks and bitches. They serve Bantus, and it's disgusting. Okay. So I'm speaking up for me and mine, and I sit here, yeah, and I appreciate Trump and what he's saying right here, that this Charlamagne guy, he's a racist. He's a dark-skinned supremacist racist. He hates light-skinned men, and I just don't understand why these light-skinned guys identify with these racists who hate you. Okay? So you guys can go check it out. This is the Trump tweeted this, I think, on Truth Social, one of their kind of conservative, like Twitter kind of adjacent like platforms, whatever, a couple days ago. But I wanted to highlight, like I said, the beginning part. I already read the whole tweet or whatever you call it, post earlier, and it's the specificity is important because a lot of them think they can be racist and they get coddled for it. I'm going to go into that in my part 2. I'm going to do a part 2 of this because I'm not going to cover everything right now. I'm going to get the hell out of here. But there's some other stuff from the Angry Man's live stream I wanted to cover before he puts it on private, because he does that a lot. He puts it behind a paywall, and I'm not even subscribed or a member of his shit. So you might put it on private, but I hope not. I'll try to come up here soon and do that Angry Man kind of reaction, because it's congruent. I'll make it a part 2 to this. It's congruent, like how they've been coddled so much in society where they're blatantly racist and anti-biracial man, and they think it's like normal or cool. And that's because a lot of you guys don't call it out. Angry Man called it out, and I respect that. Like I said, so he's another guy I'll shout out. I respect that. I respect guys like Angry Man. I respect guys like Patrick. I respect guys like this dude, Lester88, Lester Diamond 88. I respect him. I respect Pariah Disciple. I respect him. I respect Brown and Beige community. I respect Light Skin Historian. So these are these YouTube channels. I'm naming you guys YouTube channels right here on YouTube. These are light skinned male identified content creators. I respect them because they call a spade a spade. They call this out, you know. And there's, I mean, obviously the mulattoes, you know, I got nothing but love for you. Mulatto Mindset, El Mulaton, the Iberian Mulatto, like all you guys. I apologize if I didn't like mention your name, the ladies, whatever, Mixed Lens, Telling Stewart always, Mulatto Mermaid, and DC, as I said, all you guys. I respect all you guys. My whole thing here, my plight is this is for sure male centered, this discussion. My anger, I'm like, you guys have to check and challenge these Bantus when they get uppity and get out of pocket. People like Charlamagne are way too comfortable. This isn't the 1980s, because they keep bringing up the 80s and shit. Well, you had your time back then in the 80s. Now it's our time. It ain't your fucking time, Bantu. And enough of you mulattoes, you light-skinned guys, you got to remind them this is not their time right now. Don't let them come up in here and get all big and bad and uppity and shit. Humble their ass. We're dominating entertainment, Drake, J. Cole, The Weeknd. We're dominating sports, Patrick Mahomes, Jason Tatum, Steph Curry. We're dominating every endeavor that they're involved with. The males, we're dominating all of them. Don't let them get super uppity. You got to remind them of their position, their place. They're getting too comfortable. They got people like Charlamagne out here getting way too uppity for my liking. I don't like it. It's on you guys. Okay. And I'll help you out. I'm here, man. I'll promote you. Shit, I'm here for you. That's all, guys. I didn't get to your comments because I only got 2 cats commenting, man. Like I said, everyone's cloud watching and scared like bitches. I don't know what's up. We got James Boss. You know what's funny? A couple years ago, Eritrean women came and said their parents don't want them to date Black American men because they're a conservative culture. Same with Ethiopian. Interesting. Yeah. Doesn't surprise me. A lot of Black American men, aka dark-skinned men, and passport bros. Charlamagne, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, he is. He's moist. It's obvious. And he talks crap about light-skinned men because he secretly likes them. And so that's how a lot of these guys are, man. These closeted males. I like that Jordan Peele finally given a role for a biracial actor in a movie. He always cast dark skins. Yeah. Maybe he started out that way to overcompensate. I mean, with Jordan Peele, with the other guy, Keenan, like they basically they're 2 biracial dudes. Like he started out in the spotlight with another biracial dude. Maybe he just casted these dark skins to, I don't know, like the people he casted are all talented, so I have nothing against that. Like Lupita for his movie, what was that movie he had with Lupita? Like I like Lupita, dark skin, African, Kenyan. I like her. So I don't know if they're good or they're talented. I don't have an issue. Yeah, Jordan Peele. Yeah, we know he's biracial. Cool. I think that's it. Okay, guys, I'll talk to you next time. Hit the like button or hit the dislike. I don't care. It's called engagement. You're still watching. You're still watching. You're still going to cry. You're going to run over to Shit Stick Alley and be a little gay hoe like you always are. It doesn't matter. You're still going to promote me. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.